folks, this is Train, Move, Improve. My name is John, and welcome to the channel. This is going to be episode 1, the very first episode of a series called The Grind. So in The Grind, I'm going to be giving you one complete raw strength or hypertrophy workout from my week, commentated with juicy tidbits for y'all to give you a little bit of insight into the what, the why, and the how behind training. Hopefully this will be valuable for you in 3 ways. First of all, it should bridge the gap between programming on paper and programming in practice. As y'all probably know, there are tons of resources on the internet recommending various workout plans, various workout routines and splits, but generally they're lacking in showing you what an implementation of that program actually looks like. If they do demonstrate the exercises, it's often one rehearsed video, just one set, not with their actual working weight, and the person who's demonstrating it isn't even sweating, so it's not really realistic to how you will actually train. Conversely, there's tons of raw workout videos on the internet, but generally they're without context and don't show you and explain sort of why they're training, where they are in their training journey, and what they're working for and hoping to get out of it. And secondly, I'll be showing you real-life documentation of actual training progress over time. So rather than showing you a progress video where I cherry pick before and after clips, I'm going to actually show you every single working set and you'll be able to see how I progress over time. Or not, but we'll be in it together. And it will be honest. Finally, in each video, I'm going to be walking through my thoughts on the session so I can share with you my ideas and strategies on programming, progression, auto-regulation, technique, and more. So hope you guys are excited. Should be an interesting ride. Without further ado, let's get into the video. If you like it, and if you dig the vibe, subscribe. Okay, on to session 1. So the first workout of the week was a strength workout. In this I did 3 exercises, which were the weighted ring dip, the stiff leg deadlift, and shoulder external rotations. So I do this in the format of I take the 2 main exercises, I do them in a paired set, alternating. Generally speaking, they're a push exercise and a pull exercise. That saves you a bit of time. You can rest more in less time. For the warm-up, I think I did something really simple. I think a lot of people overthink these kind of things and spend up a bit too much time. I think you need to be warm for the movements that you are doing, but you do not need to be warmed up for every conceivable movement that you're not doing. So in this case, I flailed my arms around a couple times, did some shoulder retractions till I felt good. Then I did 1 small set of body weight dips. That was it. So here's set 1 of the dips. For the dips, for the form, I'm sort of looking for a couple things. I'm going down negative until my shoulders touch the rings. Then I'm pushing back up as hard as I can, and then externally rotating the arms, the ring turnout to finish off the rep. So with the deadlifts, I'm doing these with a little bit of a different focus than you might typically see. So I'm using a wide grip, almost like a snatch grip, and I'm using a small deficit, and I don't bend my legs very much. That's sort of a stiff leg variation. The focus here is not to build up a super strong posterior chain, which is sort of what people usually use the deadlift for. But actually I'm just trying to get more volume in for my back. Right now I have a bit of elbow tendonitis, so lots of bent arm things don't agree with my elbow very well. But straight arm things seem to do really well. So I'm sort of working up to a heavy weight, not quite there yet, but emphasizing a large bend and retraction and just sort of feeling the pulling through all of my back muscles and closing the angle with my lats. That's the focus on this exercise. Next 2 sets of dips went pretty well. As you can see, I'm getting a little more fatigued. Reps are coming a little bit slower, but the form's pretty much the same. I'm definitely like piking my hips and swinging a little bit, but not too worried about that. I think that's fine. So I'm happy with the quality. So after set 3, I added 1 kilo and continued for the last 2 sets. And here's the last set of dips. This one went pretty good. So in this one, I felt like I had a little bit more in the tank, so I added some extra reps and pushed it to failure. believe I got 6 reps in the end and then failed on the 7th rep. So on this sort of exercise, and I guess with a lot of my exercises, I often try to go to failure on the last set in order to sort of check that I am actually training hard and I'm not leaving way too many reps in reserve. I don't think you need to go to failure all the time, but I do like to do it almost every session for at least one set. And the deadlifts felt actually pretty good today. So I'm still in the process of ramping up the weight over several sessions. So as you'll see here, I don't really approach failure. And I'm also doing 8 reps rather than 5 reps, simply because I want to slowly increase the weight that I can handle and not get injured doing it. Like I said, my focus here is really to feel the weight in my hands, feel a strong connection through my arms, driving through my upper back and through my lats, and just almost arrive at the end possession mainly by bending my arms rather than by bending my legs. Of course, I am bending my legs and my hips, but the focus is mostly in the arms. And the DOMs are also mostly in the arms, so I think it's working. So what ramping up the weight actually looks like in this case is that I started out with 68 kilos on the bar for 8 reps, and each set I added 2 kilograms and kept the reps the same until on the last one I wanted to push a little bit harder, although in this case not until failure, but until my grip was pretty tired. And so the last set, I did 76 kilos for 11 reps, so a total increase of 8 kilos throughout the 5 sets. So with the 2 main lifts complete, I move on to my accessory exercise or isolation exercise, whatever you want to call it. This one's a bit of like a prehab rehab exercise. So it's shoulder external rotations using a dumbbell. I'm pretty sure I got this one from Ido Portal. Yeah, it's pretty good. So it's like a mechanical drop set. You start at like 90 degrees in a weak position. Do as many reps as you want to do. Then move to 45 degrees, do the same number of reps, and then to 90 degrees to do the same number of reps. So that whole thing makes the set. So it's a mechanical drop set, and even with like shockingly light weights, it can be quite hard actually. Let's see, what am I actually doing on this? So the external rotations, yeah, today I was doing 6 reps, which is more like 18 reps because it's a drop set, so 6 reps in each position, of 3 kilograms. And boy, I'm so tired afterwards. And that was the session. So all things included with the warm-up and 3 exercises, it came in just under 1 hour. So it's pretty short, and because I only do 3 exercises with a lot of rest, it allows me to go pretty hard in the exercises. So I can keep the intensity pretty high, which is good for focusing on strength training without dropping the volume too drastically low. And I'll put up my training log so you can see the exact reps and sets I completed in this workout. You can see the highlights are that I got an 11 rep max on the deadlift, a 6 rep max on the weighted dips, and 7 rep max on the external rotations. So them's the gains. Slow and steady, but ever present.